Hi, this is Gail. Welcome to my channel. I want to say thank you to everyone for subscribing, and especially to my new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that button. I haven't done a Q&A before, but I've had some questions about Tomlin as a service animal, so I thought I would answer those. Now, as you guys know, Tomlin is a Husky mix, and he does a lot of things for me as a service animal. Now, somebody asked me what a service animal is. And a service animal is a dog that has been specially trained to provide a specific task for a qualifying individual, if you have a medical need, in other words. So let's say you have epilepsy, like I do, and you have a seizure. Tomlin is trained to lay on top of me. Also, I had some back issues ongoing, but I had to have emergency surgery a few years ago. And as a result, I have trouble bending down and picking things up and scooting under things. If I drop something and it goes under the table, then that's a problem. Well, that's where Tomlin comes in. He has been specially trained to retrieve things that I drop. And he'll pick up almost everything except keys and dirty socks. He kind of balks at that, so I have to get my husband to do it, or using one of those little grabbers. So he's so helpful with that. But he also will open the door if it's got a push down handle on it, so he can push down and push against the door. He'll open it, so if EMS has to come, he can let them in without having the door broken down. He can also go and get different people in the house, and lots of things. I think I've got a video about that, and I'll link it down below if I do. And so the other question, let me pull this up here. Okay, the other question wants to know what kind of training a service dog has to have. And the thing is, a service dog can be trained through an agency, or you can self-train your service dog. Now, in our situation, we self-trained. It took us 2 years to find a dog that would pass the initial temperament requirements, and we self-trained after that. But now, when I say self-trained, we didn't completely train them ourselves. We did work with a trainer, just not an agency. So our trainer was fabulous, told us what we needed to do. There are specific ways that you must train a service animal, and we would not have known exactly how to do it had we not worked with a trainer. I think that's very important, but of course you can fully self-train your service animal. There's no requirement about that. Let's see, I've got another one here. Oh, are service dogs required to wear a certain vest? No, they are not required to wear a certain vest, a certain harness. They're not required to be registered, certified, or anything like that. You can have your dog on a regular leash. You don't have to show a doctor's prescription. You don't have to show any kind of paperwork. And that's because you can't be required to divulge your personal health information. So you would get into that if you start asking. Also, some of the gear that service dogs have are cost prohibitive, especially like if you're a senior citizen on a fixed income. You may not have the funds to buy any kind of harness or anything, and most of the time they're not needed. Now, society seems to have this idea that service dogs will have special gear or papers or some things like that, but they don't. But in order to have a service dog, you do have to have, oh, the truck's starting up next to us, sorry. Tomlin's actually getting his nails trimmed, so I'm waiting on that to happen. Anyway, you don't have to have paperwork or anything like that, but society, I think, thinks you do. But you do have to have a medical condition, and your dog has to be trained to do something specific for you. In my case, I can give you a whole long list. But now I want to make a difference too between a service dog and an emotional support dog. Emotional support dogs are not trained service dogs. They do not have the same protections under the law. Okay, your service dog has to be trained, and an emotional assistance dog does not. Emotional assistance can be provided just from a dog that just loves you. But I know you're going to say that there are some dogs trained to provide support to PTSD victims and so forth. And that's true, but they're not emotional assistance dogs. Once those dogs are trained to provide a specific service for a person with a qualifying condition, that can be PTSD, that can be panic attacks, as long as it's a qualifying condition, that's all that has to happen. Your dog must be trained. So yes, there are dogs that are trained to help with victims of PTSD, just as there are dogs that are trained to help with victims of diabetes, asthma, epilepsy, and back issues, and a variety of other health concerns. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This has been my first Q&A. I hope you've liked it. If you have any questions about a service animal, make sure you leave them in the comments below, right down there, and I'll answer them. Also, make sure you like it and help me out. Go ahead and subscribe to the video. Help me out, because that really makes a difference, and I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in and watching my videos. Don't forget to check the playlist for more videos about Tomlin, and I've got a couple of really cute, funny dog videos of just some of his crazy antics. So thanks again for watching. Click that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you out, about, and online. Bye.